Michael is taking us on an extraordinary journey to the subarctic in Canada, exploring how climate change is threatening the survival of polar bears. Good morning again there, Michael.
Hey, good morning again, Robin. I promise I will never complain about it being cold in the studio ever again when I'm sitting next to you. I promise you that. But right now, as you said, we are here in the tundra of Churchill, Manitoba. You can't really see because it's still dark out here. The moon's still up, but the sun will be rising soon. And to get here, there are no direct roads to the town. The only way to get here is by train or plane. After a flight to Manitoba, the team and I boarded a final flight bound for Churchill, which is the so-called polar bear capital of the world, to see these majestic creatures in the wild. Polar bears have always fascinated me. I've always loved them. Maybe it's because we're about the same size. I don't know. But really, these bears, they are breathtaking, and they need our help because their environment is rapidly changing. Our adventure begins aboard this tundra buggy. This is awesome. I love this. We set out on an ice safari searching for these great white bears.
There's nowhere else like this anywhere in the world where you can go and just see, you know, polar bears up close from this kind of distance.
And then, oh, there he is right there. How amazing is that? Wow.
Look at that.
That is amazing.
They've been with mom for about 10 months. They're still nursing, living off mom's milk, but learning how to be a polar bear.
Now, how long do they stay with mom?
They'll stay with mom for 2 to 3 years, 2.5 on average.
Then they go their separate ways. Wow. It's like they're putting on a show.
And this time of year, they're just like waiting for the ice, so they're just hanging out, laying around.
The sea ice that forms in fall is essential for polar bear survival. It allows the bears to go far enough out to prey on seals and store up fat to get them through spring and summer. Because of global warming, there are now shorter sea ice seasons, which gives the bears less time to hunt for food, resulting in less healthy bears. And if female bears don't get enough food, they can't maintain their weight to carry a pregnancy, resulting in fewer polar bears worldwide. How do they know when okay, this is the time to go?
They'll go out and they start testing it, spreading their paws out. And as soon as there's enough ice for them to be out hunting seals, they're gone.
Ahoy. We meet up with Buggy 1, Polar Bear International's Tundra office on wheels, and we arrive to a bounty of bears. We're here. Got 2 polar bears that would say laying in the sun, but no, they're laying in the cold. But they look cute from up here. We got another polar bear who's over there, a little more active, not just laying down like the other 2. But they are big, beautiful, kind of like me. Inside this buggy, the team is presenting research via live stream to the United Nations Climate Change Conference in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt.
We really can make a difference, truly.
Scientist Elisa McCall and Chief Scientist Dr. Stephen Amstrup, a pioneer in polar bear research, report on the increasing threat of climate change to polar bears. What is the message that you wanted to convey there?
We're here talking about polar bears and melting sea ice and connecting that to societies around the world.
Outside, we see 2 polar bears sparring.
They're kind of testing each other's prowess. Who's the toughest? This time of year, it's kind of practice, and then hopefully in the spring, Bob knows, hey, that guy's a lot tougher than I am. I'm not even going to mess with him. He can have her.
Sounds like life.
Well...
And they're here just waiting for the ice shelf to freeze over.
That's right, yeah.
But now, because of climate change, it's a little bit later in the season that they're able to go out.
But it also melts as the world warms.
Yeah.
So their habitat is among the fastest changing of habitats anywhere.
So now, more and more polar bears are venturing into town hungry.
There can be a bear anywhere at any time of year.
Making a plan for coexistence necessary. The Polar Bear Alert Program offers a 24-hour hotline to help.
We keep people safe, we keep bears safe, we stop negative bear behaviors such as food conditioning and habituation, we protect property from bears, and we keep our staff safe here in Churchill.
And sometimes
They need to be relocated safely.
We'll put it in a big cargo net and we will literally strap it onto the bottom of a helicopter, and then we fly that bear out in the direction it's trying to go.
Back out in the tundra, I see one up close.
Wow, beautiful. We've been talking about polar bears and the climate for quite a few years. What have you seen change within the last few years?
One of the things that really brings urgency to the situation now is we realize that we've warmed the world enough that we are passing the warmest temperature that it's ever been in the polar bear's evolutionary history. So the future is kind of unknown in terms of how polar bears will respond.
But for now, the polar bears sit and wait.
As much as we're curious about him, he's curious about us. But now he's decided to take a seat.
You know, guys, this has been one of the most incredible and memorable experiences of my life, and the understand and to learn through Polar Bears International, all about polar bears, all about their ecosystem, why it's so important for the sea ice to melt, for them to be able to go out and feed, and how the whole ecosystem works, not just for the polar bears, but how it affects us as human beings. Made me realize just how urgent this situation is. So I am so happy to be here to cover it, to bring it for the world to see, and hopefully everyone will join in and do whatever part they can to help save the polar bears, which in turn is saving us as people.
Well, your happiness is evident, Michael, and it is a joy to see. And the fact that it was so cool that you raised your hand and you said, I want to go there. And you're showing us, and we appreciate it. And we can't wait to see much more from you, Michael, in our next hour. Go warm up in the meantime. Go get the hot cocoa or something. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.